as I mentioned, the worst thing I think that can happen from a smaller company that you use your resources on targets with a lower probability. So I would really highly recommend just trying to think from a startup or a smaller company's perspective. I think what I definitely would do is a very intense segmentation of the potential client group, yeah, by geography, by industry, maybe by enterprise size, yeah, type of things. And then coming to the next thing would be the value proposition, yeah, your product or your services bring. And then figure out who in the target group would have the most value out of this, yeah. Maybe it's about maturity or competitive landscape, yeah, who else is in this business, geographic needs, regulations, these type of things, yeah, the buying cycle. And then kind of start working with probabilities, yeah, and now focus, really do it on a very academic way if you want, yeah, say, and then go by probability and invest your obviously spare resources down the probability chain. So you can make sure that you invest your resources on those potentials with the highest probability. When I come back to strategic value selling kind of things, there were phases in the sales cycle. So kind of the first thing would be this discover phase, yeah, what are the potentials, and then you go down, start to define what your value proposition is, do another segmentation, and then define the solution. And probably also appropriate is to close a sales cycle if you're not successful after a specific period of time. So that's probably also a good idea.
I think that this is great and gives a lot of insights into the process with Audi and with big enterprises. So I just wonder, you mentioned that at some point we need to see how much time it is taking us and if it's still valuable, if the process seems to be leading somewhere. Can you share, and I know it's going to be difficult, how long would a regular sales cycle be, or yeah, for a collaboration or for actually selling a product? How long does it take to go through the process with Audi?
Actually, there is no single answer on this one. This depends obviously on the type of service. This depends on the size. And in many cases, we try to get maximum synergies over the group. So if it's an RFQ process you are responding to, which probably is not appropriate for a startup, by the way, it can easily take up to a year.
Up to a year, okay.
And
so,
yeah, I mean, that's not necessarily the, yeah, so that's the big ones, yeah. So when we talk about really huge pieces, and this is what I mentioned, maybe in these big cycles, yeah, and then we go for a long-term type of thing. It's really more appropriate to put your product with a consulting company or something into a overall service. So that's probably more feasible. When, I mean, the only exception, as I said, would be there is a need and you have a unique selling proposition. Yeah? Then it's a obvious match. Yeah, kind of unicorn situation. Yeah. Then it would go pretty fast. There's only negotiation with purchasing, and they will talk about the conditions, and that's it. Yeah? But then you need legal approvals. We'll probably talk about data protection. We're talking about security issues and all around this. That typically takes some weeks for sure.
Yeah, that makes sense.